Good morning, and welcome to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour starring Gary Rossignol of RE/MAX Preferred Group. To be part of the program, dial 513-563-1480 to get your answers to questions about your home and property. That number again, 513-563-1480. Now, here's Gary.
Hey, good morning, Cincinnati. We have a fantastic show planned for you today. My name's Gary Rossignol. I'm the Certified Residential Specialist, the Rock and Roll Realtor with RE/MAX Preferred Group, and your host every Saturday morning from 9 to 10 a.m. My special guest this morning, well, he's experiencing his first time on the radio for a long time, so let's make him very welcome. He worked with a large major franchise home inspection company. Then he decided it wasn't what he wanted out of life, so he struck out on his own. And now with area-wide home inspections, this is my new friend, Mr. Adam Crock.
Hi, how you doing?
Oh, the crowd's cheering us on, Adam. How about that? All right, before we get into discussions with Adam and talking about home inspections, buying and selling real estate, and we're going to do a lot of rock and roll. We're going to start off with some rock and roll. How about a little rock and roll trivia? Who am I? Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is for 2 VIP passes to Homerama. That's a $36 value. Jot this number down, 513-563-1480. You'll want to call that number and answer this question. In 1972, Creedence Clearwater Revival split up. Oh, man. My limited successful solo career gave me 2 big hits, Center Field and Rock and Roll Girls. Who am I? Simple. If you know anything about Creedence Clearwater Revival, you'll know that voice behind the band. Yeah, boy. And I went to Homerama Tuesday. It was Realtor Day, and 7 just unbelievable homes downtown right across, around the corner from the precinct. So, you know, if you're in, you don't have to buy. I think they're all sold anyway. Yeah, I think they're all sold. But if you want to see a great show and have a chance to win a lot of good gifts and walk around a lot and see what the other side lives like, it's a couple of those homes got some great river views. I'll tell you what, it's a fantastic show. So 513-563-1480. Answer that question, and the phones are lighting up. So hurry up and call. I got two pairs of Homerama gifts to give out to you. So there you go. All right. So, Adam, this is it's been a long time since you've been on the radio, you told me. And we met on the phone. We just met personally here just a little bit ago. Yeah. You and I go to the same networking group. Yeah. H7.
Yeah, it's a great place.
Yeah. Clayton and his lovely wife. They got a great organization going on there.
Yeah, they do. It's I look forward going every Tuesday to James Third Base and having lunch with everybody.
Up in Mason, yeah. So at noon at James Third Base on every Tuesday, if you're want to grab a good lunch and network with other entrepreneurs of all sizes and all shapes and all areas of business, stop on by, introduce yourself, and tell us about what you do and how we can help you. That's what we're all about. Yeah, Angel and Clayton, boy, they got a good thing going. They're all about giving back and helping each other achieve their goals. Yeah, it's great. I love it. Thank you, Clayton, for having me a part of your organization. I've been going there, I don't know, 12, 13, I guess, from the very beginning. So it's been a while. So you want to shout out to your family? You got a little girl, right?
Right. Yep. Nora.
Just one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nora Bear.
That's what we shout out to your wife and say hi.
Yeah, Amanda, and she was really excited for me. My wife, Amanda, before I left the house, and my little girl, she was too concerned with her Paw Patrol stuff, and she was worried about her little toys and stuff. And then my wife said, "Tell Dada good luck." And she was like, "Okay, good luck, Dada." And I was like, "All right." She didn't even look up. She was too wrapped up in her toys. And
right.
Stuff, so.
I know. I've got a little 1-year-old and 3-year-old granddaughter we get every week for 3 or 4 days a week, and there's something special.
Yes.
So,
yes.
So you told me when we talked on the phone for quite a while that you were with another major company, a national franchise company, but the company you were with, you were only able to do a small section of the inspection. They had like a team of inspectors. I think their claim to fame was they'd come in and do a whole house inspection in about an hour or something like that.
It takes a couple hours, but yeah, they took the team approach, which is fine. I mean, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of another. But I got to the point to where I couldn't grow anymore as a professional, and my health wasn't that great, and I needed to step away from the industry for a while, and I wanted to do it on my own and help people on my own. That way I could be a better father and husband.
Mm-hmm.
So, and so my health could get back to normal. So.
Yeah. So you started your own company, and it's rather new in Cincinnati. You're picking up the paces. It's called Area Wide Home Inspection.
Yes.
So how'd you told me something about that name that you came up with?
Well, my wife and I had tossed it around different names, and honestly, I can't even remember what the other choices were. But mostly, I think the name was her idea.
Okay, Amanda thought it up.
Yeah. She's also the one that designed the website and the logo and everything else, because that's what she does. She's a creative person, and she got a background in art and graphic design and things like that. So she's the one who came up with most of the creative stuff, and
there you go.
Which is it's helpful to have a person like that on your side.
Oh yeah.
So, but she's the one that came up with the name. So
we all have those. Mine is Mary Jo.
Yeah,
we've been married a long time, and she's she. I get the sale together. I bring her the file, and she just takes it from there. So we are a team.
That's cool.
We are the Rock and Roll Real Estate team, and My daughter designs all my stuff that my brochures and things, and
cool.
It's a family project.
Yeah.
I couldn't do this without her.
I completely understand.
I love you, Mary. Thanks for the smoothie this morning. I didn't tell you how great it tasted. So, we've got our system on Saturday mornings. I get up and shower, and she makes my smoothie, and I'm out the door. And
I understand.
Yeah. So okay, you have a home inspection scheduled. What do you do to prepare, and then maybe just briefly walk us through a typical home inspection by area-wide home inspection?
Well, first of all, when the client calls me, a lot of people they're looking for a price. And I tell
wrong
them,
first question, huh?
Yeah, I know, and it's not. I can understand, especially if it's a first-time home buyer, that to where they might be strapped for money, and they're like, oh, I have to pay for this, and it's just another expense, and I understand, but I let them know that that is it's one of the cheaper parts of the whole transaction, and can be one of the most important, because sometimes people forego the home inspection.
Oh,
and
they
get, yes, it is a bad choice, and they get into something, they get over their head, and they don't understand. They're like, oh, well, maybe I should have gotten a home inspection. And to me, when they call, I explain to them, I'm going to educate you. I'm also going, I'm going to tell you what your home is comprised of. Because for a lot of people, it doesn't matter how good or bad the home is. They put the offer on it, and they see it as having potential. Some of them are forever homes, some are investment properties. But the people they call in, they want to know what I'm going to do, how much I'm going to cost, what services I offer, and I explain to them, everything that I can offer to them. And I answer all their questions, and I try to do it in a timely fashion, because people are busy. I don't try to keep people on the phone for a half hour or 45 minutes unless they have that many questions.
Right, sure.
Some people do.
Yeah.
So, I try to explain to them what I'm going to do. And then once I get to the point of, scheduling the home inspection, once I'm off the phone, I get into the Showing Time app, and I request, the permission to inspect the home during whatever time slot it is, and then I go from there. And then I schedule it in my software system, and then I print out all the paperwork to take with me to the home. But and then get my equipment ready, whatever it is,
right.
The job calls for, whether it needs a radon test or not, or my drone. If I can fly my drone, I get that ready, and then I just head out that way the next day or whenever it's scheduled.
Right. Yeah. And I get it. A lot of people are penny pinching, especially in today's society. They may have been off work or what have you, but one of the first wrong question to ask a realtor is, "What's your commission?" It's like you don't pick a realtor based on the commission that they charge. What if I said free? It's like, yeah. And, if you are a buyer, real estate commissions are paid out of the sale of the home. So it doesn't matter. It comes out of what you end up paying for the house. So it's not costing you anything extra. As a seller, the value that we offer based on, if you get a discount broker, a limited service broker, you're going to get that limited services, discount services. So if you want the job done right and you want to get top dollar, call a realtor and be prepared to pay a proper, fair fee. Yeah. So, so what do you tell buyers, Adam, to get ready for the home inspection?
Well, most people, they have their list of like, well, I want this looked at.
That's
and I
good.
want that looked
First
at.
of all.
And and it is good that some people are prepared. Some people just, they're like, hey, I have to do this because this is part of my transaction, and I need this for my loan. However, if they're not prepared in any way, shape, or form, once they're at the property and I'm there at the property, I explain to them what I'm looking for, and I also explain to them where, things like where their main water shutoff is and where to change their furnace filter and, where their smoke alarms are and, how to, just basic maintenance tips that everybody that is a homeowner should know. And,
right.
I explain that stuff to them as well as explain, what comprises their home as far as the systems of their home. But, that's, that's about it.
I always, when you get one of my buyers to call you, they're going to be prepared to pay the price.
Yeah.
We have that in the buyer consultation. I also send them ahead of time before calling you how to prepare for the home inspection. To gather all the information that they need, like make sure that I get them the multiple listing data sheet and the seller disclosure. Yeah, and send those to you so you have all that information ahead of time. And then to prepare their questions. They've seen the house. For example, we saw a house yesterday, and sellers, if you're thinking about selling your home, we'll talk about this later in the show too, how you need to prepare for the home inspection. You should really prepare your home for the first through the last showing. We went into this home, and they had stuff in corners and personal things. Not all the light bulbs came on. Yeah. The water heater, the little panel at the bottom, was off. There was a puddle of water. It was dripping out of that what do you call that?
The overflow leg.
The overflow, yeah. There was water dripping out of that. It was the base of the water heater was all rusty. It's like, this water heater is shot. Yeah. And I'm not a water heater specialist, but I know this thing is shot. Yeah. And it's a bad idea to leave covers off. And another thing, when buyers, they look under the sink. If you got a little bucket or a pan there
it's an indication.
With about an inch of water in it, it's like, that's not a good sign.
Yeah, it's an indication. Yeah.
So you want to prepare the buyer to ask the questions, and I've quizzed them already, so they're going to know what to ask.
Yeah.
What do you provide? Do you do a wood boring insect, a WDI report?
Yeah.
What about radon? Is radon something I should be concerned about in this area of town?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you're prepared to handle all those inspections.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great. So, before you have your house inspected and before you put it up for sale. Now, that's another.
Yeah.
When I sit with homeowners getting ready to put their home on the market, here's the process, ladies and gentlemen. A buyer comes in, they fall in love with your house, you get an offer from them, you'll accept it or you counter it, and you get an accepted contract. And then the next thing the buyer's going to do is schedule their inspections because they're going to have like 7 to 10 days to do the home inspection.
Right.
It's going to happen within the next couple of days. Once the inspection's completed, if there are any concerns, there's what's called a settlement period in the purchase contract of anywhere from 2 to 5 days, where if they bring you 3 or 4 items that need to be corrected, you have to decide, are we going to do that, or are we going to negotiate a price, a cash-out type thing, or what have you. But you only have a short period of time to do that now. That does not give you enough time to get proper amount of estimates.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
if there's a roofing concern, when's the last time you had the roof worked on? Probably a long time. So now do you know, love and trust a roofer? Now you got to call a couple roofers in and get some estimates, you know, because one may charge you $800, another one may charge you $2,000. You don't know. You don't have the luxury of that kind of time frame to do that.
Right.
So, and I know we talked about this on the phone, and that's another reason why I wanted to have you down here today was, if you're going to put your home on the market, isn't it a smart idea to have your home inspected before you put the for sale sign in the yard?
I'm going to say yes, and it's not just so I can get more business. I think it's the smart, intelligent thing to do for any seller, just so they can have that peace of mind knowing that the sale or the transaction of their home is going to go a lot smoother. Because even still, that potential buyer is probably going to bring their own home inspector. And then that inspector is going to go through everything just like the pre-listing home inspector did. So, you know, nobody's perfect, and different schools of thought exist as far as how you should look at a home during an inspection. And there's also, people are different. One inspector A, B, and C are all going to inspect the same address from a different point of view. So, you know, the bottom line is I think that it is exceptionally important for a seller to get it inspected. That way they know what that laundry list of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we need this. These are the 10 things that we need to do to our home to get it ready to put on the market. Because if we do these 10 things, it's going to be attractive to a buyer. It's going to help the sale of the house go through much smoother. It'll go pending a lot quicker, especially now. I mean, of course, you know, with the inventory being low now, it's, you know, people are putting a house on the market and it's gone.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
And
in hours.
Yeah, yeah. So, you know, it's I think it's exceptionally important, and it's good for everybody's peace of mind, I think.
I showed a buyer a house yesterday, actually 2 of them. They said, we want to put an offer in on this house. It was 4 o'clock when we looked at it. Went on the market like at 9:30 yesterday morning. And about 6, I called the listing agent, and she said it's pending.
Yeah.
The first buyer that came through this morning put an offer in, and they took it.
Wow.
I mean, we're talking 3-4 hours on the market.
Yeah,
That's
nuts.
the way it is.
Nuts.
So the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour is brought to you today by Area Wide Home Inspection. Their number is 513-802-3164. I'd like to express my gratitude to all the troops, veterans, first responders, and our heroes in service and healthcare, our nurses and doctors, our nurses, aides, and healthcare staff, the EMT staff, police and firefighters. So often they deal with life and death situations, and especially during this pandemic. Thank them and keep them in your thoughts and prayers. Many stood up to the fatal task on 9/11 and 19 years ago. So please support our first responders as much as you possibly can. After our break, we're going to have a moment with Myles, and then Adam's going to explain how a homeowner can save time and money before putting the home on the market for sale. You're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on WDJO 1480 AM, now FM 995 and 107.9.
Area-wide home inspection makes the home inspection process easy and educational for the client. Area-wide home inspection provides easy-to-understand reports that won't scare off buyers. Area-wide has delivered thousands of home inspections in greater Cincinnati. Licensed in Ohio and Kentucky, they provide a visual inspection including radon testing, air quality and mold, wood-destroying insects, and even drone services for thorough roof inspections. Your home inspection doesn't need to be a deal killer, just fair and honest. Call Adam Crock at Area-Wide Home Inspection 513-802-3164 or visit AreaWideHomeInspection.com. That's AreaWideHomeInspection.com.
If you suffer from chronic pain, anxiety, insomnia, or many other chronic conditions, CBD oil may be right for you. I'm Dan Beebe, owner of Save Discount Drugs in Covington. Save Discount Drugs proudly offers a full line of Ananda Professional CBD products. Safe, natural, and 100% legal in Kentucky, Ananda CBD oils are a full-spectrum hemp extract from 100% U.S.-grown hemp. So stop by and see us for your CBD needs or give us a call at 859-431-2857 to learn more about CBD. Save Discount Drugs also offers everyday low pricing on all of our prescription medications, and we can fill most prescriptions in 15 minutes or less. We have free parking behind our store with a convenient back entrance. Save Discount Drugs is located 4 doors north of the Madison Theater at 716 Madison Avenue in downtown Covington. That's Save Discount Drugs, 859-431-2857, or check us out online at SaveDiscountDrugs.com.
When you need the expertise of a top-notch plumbing company, it's Zinn's Plumbing you ought to call. Oh, they may be at the bottom of the alphabetical listing, but the service and pricing of Zinn's Plumbing puts them at the head of the class. They don't keep you waiting for hours on end on appointment calls. Zinn's Plumbing works within a 2-hour time frame, so you don't waste your time waiting for a service technician. And when a Zinn's plumber comes to solve your problem, you can feel confident the job will be done right. With Zinn's Plumbing, you'll always know what the cost will be before they start. They bill on a flat rate basis instead of an inefficient hourly billing system. Zinn's state-of-the-art trucks carry thousands of parts to complete your job with no needless delays. Well-trained professional plumbing technicians and courteous customer service are the hallmark of Zinn's Plumbing. It's a local family business proudly serving greater Cincinnati since 1976. They can probably schedule your appointment today. Give Zinn's Plumbing a call at 681-2501. 681-2501. Zinn's Plumbing.
Dr. Peck does tremendous work for his patients in cosmetic dentistry. We took some care in selecting a natural color to my face. It looks good, but it functions very well. Getting a smile that I feel is natural has been a worthy investment. Dr. Peck is talented in cosmetic dentistry.
For your own beautiful new smile, call Dr. Fred Peck at 513-621-7666 or visit pecksmiles.com.
I'm Jack, and I love my new smile.
Oh, get on. Let's rock the house.
Thanks for listening and watching, Facebook. We appreciate you. I'm your host, Gary Rossignol, certified residential specialist with RE/MAX Preferred Group, better known as Cincinnati's rock and roll realtor. And now, the moment we have been waiting for. This is A Moment with Myles. The captain of our ship, Myles Beersford, gives us his little tidbits of interesting topics and thoughts for everyday use. Good morning, Myles.
Hey, Gary, rock and roll, my friend. Speaking to the consumer this morning, please make sure that the agent you are dealing with fully explains that Ohio law protects you in the transaction. Whether you are listing, buying, or leasing property, a real estate agent can provide you with expertise and assistance. In some cases, the real estate agent will represent you as his or her client. In other instances, you may be working with the agent as a customer. In either event, the law protects buyers and sellers with required disclosures and forms prior to your purchase. The following disclosures are required in Ohio: the Consumer Guide to Agency Relationships, an agency disclosure statement, and the Residential Property Disclosure Form. Your agent should also present you with a lead-based paint disclosure, and if the agent is buying or selling a property for himself, he or she must disclose that they are a licensed real estate agent. And that's this morning's Moment with Myles.
Oh, that's fantastic stuff, Myles, and I really appreciate you bringing that all up because it's so very important to start with the basics, and then you're ready to work through the whole transaction. If you jump into getting things signed and agreed upon before you actually talk about what is necessary, you're kind of putting the cart before the horse. So I really appreciate that tidbit. That was Myles Beersford. He is the captain of our ship at RE/MAX Preferred Group, along with his lovely wife, Christine. They own RE/MAX Preferred Group, which is, by the way, the largest RE/MAX brokerage in the entire state of Ohio. Later in the show, we'll have a visit with Bill Kerrigan of the Dragonfly Foundation, and a special thank you to all my regular listeners, especially Carol Schilling, Felicia, Bill Gabbert, Andy Dowdy, Jane RE/MAX Reel, Leah Crane, Steve Zinzer, Richard Cox, Pauline Elaine in New Richmond, Debbie Schultz, and Howard Seward, my family, and also all the many realtor friends who tune in or watch each week. Next week, my guest will be Russell Kling with Premier Bank. That's going to be a fun show. Russell's always a hoot on the show here with me. So the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour is brought to you today by Area Wide Home Inspection, 513-802-3164. I think we have a caller on the line who wants to talk with Adam. Good morning. This is Gary.
Good morning. This is Randy. Hi, Gary.
Hey, Randy.
Hi, Adam.
Hey, Randy. How you doing?
Good.
So, Randy, you used Adam's services just a little while back, right?
Yeah, I did. I hired Adam to do my home inspection, actually before I put my house on the market. So I took a little bit different approach, but I really wanted to understand what I was looking at before I set a price and tried to sell it.
And how'd that turn out?
Turned out great. You know, when I look at hiring a contractor or any type of service, I look for a few things in somebody, and you know, for me, Adam checked all the boxes. You know, I look for professionalism. You know, and Adam, from first contact through completion, his communication was fantastic. He reached out right away, told me exactly what he could do for me, told me all the services that he could provide. And then when it came down to actually executing, he did those, right? It wasn't a bait and switch or anything like that. He also took a lot of care around my house. You know, with this type of environment, you know, you got to mask up, you got to do everything right. And he really took time and really did that. So professionalism was key for me. He was extremely thorough, man. If there's one thing about Adam, it's thorough. He knows his stuff.
Wow.
You can tell he's got a lot of experience. I mean, he found things I never would have. I mean, I've been in the house for 17 years, thought I knew my house pretty well, but I mean, he uncovered some things that, and not big things, but just little things that would probably, you know, like you said, you open some up and you see something and a buyer would absolutely go crazy over it. But he found a few things on that. But the last thing that really, really struck me about Adam was his honesty. I mean, I've gone through a few home inspectors in my day, and I can really tell you honestly that I trust Adam. Just, again, from the very first communication, he was a straight shooter, told me what he could do, told me what he couldn't do, and then didn't let me down. So I have a lot of trust for him. I just, you know, big shout out for area-wide home inspection and Adam, because I think he's going to have a great future. If he inspects every house like he inspected mine, he's going to do really well.
Can't get any better than that, Adam. Thank you, Randy. That was fantastic. We appreciate that, and I know that was coming from your heart. Thanks for calling in, and stay tuned and listen to the rest of the show. All righty, there you go.
Yeah, thanks, Randy.
Yeah, that was huge, Adam. That doesn't get much better than that. So, how soon after the inspection is your report ready?
Same day.
That day? All right. Yep. And is it easy format to read?
Absolutely.
I know you can go on your website. What's your website?
AreaWideHomeInspection.com.
Simple as. And you have a couple samples of your inspection report on there. That's great.
Yep, 2 samples.
Yeah, and you provide plenty of photos.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I'm always curious. I'm in love with the drone thing because I think it's very impressive that you have your pilot's license to pilot a drone, and you do everything legal and above board.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yeah, we were talking yesterday. There's a home that's going to be going on the market. It's in an HOA, and one of the HOA requirements is that no drones be flown without permission. So I guess you need to check those things out ahead of time, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. All right, super. So we do need to go away for our second break. When we come back, I'm going to tantalize you with my music history, and then Adam will go through all the items needed to be inspected for the buyer. You're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on WDJO 1480 AM, now FM 995 and 107.9.
Do you want to sell your home but don't know where to start? Thinking about downsizing, but the process is just too much? Gary Rossignol, real estate pro at RE/MAX Preferred Group and host of the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on WDJO, has the answers. Let Gary put his vast real estate knowledge to work for you. Interest rates are at record lows and the real estate market is red hot. Now is a great time to make your move. Call Gary at 513-777-2402. That's 513-777-2402. Licensed in Ohio and Kentucky.
Are you looking for a taste of New Orleans here in the Natty? Then come to Brew River Creole Kitchen. Their 4 spacious dining areas include private 7-foot-tall wooden booths and follow our state's guidelines for safe distancing. Or dine outside on their festive extended outdoor patio with live music Wednesday through Saturday evening, weather permitting. Of course, if you'd rather take the New Orleans-inspired cooking home with you, Brew River Creole Kitchen offers curbside pickup, DoorDash, and online ordering. Under the tutelage of Emerald Lagasse, Executive Chef Michael Shields has learned the secrets of New Orleans cooking and prepares this area's authentic, locally sourced, made-from-scratch Creole cuisine nightly every Wednesday through Saturday, along with brunch on Sunday. Be sure to follow them on Facebook and Instagram for pop-up po' boy specials. Brew River Creole Kitchen on Eastern Avenue just off the levee and online at brewrivercreolekitchen.com. Brew River Creole Kitchen. It's a taste of New Orleans here in the Natty.
Here's important new information from the Diabetes Solution Center for you, a family member, or a loved one suffering with diabetes. If you have lost your provider, or if you need a provider for diabetic supplies, you may qualify to receive your diabetic testing supplies now with little or no out-of-pocket cost, regardless of your age. All you need is Medicare or private insurance to be potentially eligible. Call the Diabetes Solution Center right now for details. Just takes a couple of minutes. Our friendly, knowledgeable agents will give you free, no-obligation information, handle all the insurance paperwork, and make sure your supplies are delivered directly to your door for free.
Call U.S. Medical Supply 24 hours a day. 800-438-1391. 800-438-1391. 800-438-1391. Call right now. 800-438-1391.
Take a step back away from the hurried life you live today and relax. Take a stroll through the Covered Bridge Antique Mall. For the past 26 years, Covered Bridge Antique Mall has been the go-to shop for treasure and bargain hunters from the tri-state and beyond. Beautiful antiques, jewelry collectibles, and one-of-a-kind items. Covered Bridge Antique Mall, a truly unique shopping experience. 7508 Hamilton Avenue, in the heart of historic Mount Healthy. 513-521-5739. Or visit their Facebook page. Covered Bridge Antique Mall is open Tuesday through Sunday, 10 to 5. Closed Monday, following all state-recommended COVID safety guidelines.
There she was, just walking down the street singing.
I just love this part of the show because it's time for my music history. Today in 1964, Manfred Mann started a 2-week run at number 1 on the U.S. singles chart with Do-Wah-Diddy-Diddy, possibly the first number 1 with a nonsense song title. Today in 1972, Creedence Clearwater Revival split up following the failure of the most recent album, Mardi Gras. After limited success as a solo act and some legal hassles with Fantasy Records, John Fogerty would have two big hits in 1985, Center Field and Rock and Roll Girls. John's brother Tom Fogerty died in September of 1990, and the surviving members have been touring as Creedence Clearwater Revisited. Today in 1973, the Rolling Stones performed two shows at Foret National Brussels in Belgium as part of a tour of the UK and Europe. Opening for the tour show were Billy Preston and American group Cracker, the first band to be signed to Rolling Stone Records. Bobby Keys didn't show up for the concert, which resulted in him being banned by Mick Jagger from any future Rolling Stone tours until 1989, with occasional exceptions. According to legend, Bobby missed the gig due to him filling a hotel bathtub with Dom Perignon champagne and drinking most of it. Today in 1976, one-hit wonders Rick Dees and the cast of Idiots were at number 1 on the U.S. singles chart with Disco Duck Part 1. Dees was a U.S. TV and radio presenter. The song became a number 6 in the U.K. Today in 1991, American singer and television presenter Tennessee Ernie Ford died of liver failure. He had the 1955 U.S. number 1 hit with his version of the Merle Travis song 16 Tons. In the 60s, he hosted a daytime talk show, the Tennessee Ernie Ford Show on ABC Television Network.
I owe my soul to the company store.
Today in the year 2000, a flat in Montego Square, London, which was once owned during the 60s by Ringo Starr, went on the market for $750,000. It was a 2-bedroom, 2-story property, was also home for Jimi Hendrix, John and Yoko, and Paul McCartney during the 60s, hopefully not at the same time. Today in 2005, Freddie Mercury's 1974 Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow failed to sell in an eBay auction, having not met its reserve price. It had been listed by his sister Kashmira Cookie, who had inherited the car from him. The auction had attracted nearly 200 bids and exceeded $93,000. The luxury vehicle had not appeared in public since 2002, when it had been used to transport the Balzera family to the premiere of the Queen stage musical, We Will Rock You. It came with a box of Kleenex man-sized tissue left in the car by Freddie. That was worth $10. Born on this day back in 1945, Roger Hawkins, American drummer, best known as part of the studio backing band known as the Muscle Shoals Rhythm Section of Alabama. He played on many hits including Percy Sledge, When a Man Loves a Woman, Aretha Franklin's Respect, Wilson Pickett's Mustang Sally, the Staple Singers, Johnny Taylor, Cat Stevens, Dwayne Allman, Joe Cocker, Paul Simon, Rod Stewart, Bobby Bland, Traffic, and Willie Nelson. So there you have it. I hope you found these music history bits as interesting as I did while researching them to present to you today. Yes, I just enjoy that part of the show. My name is Gary Rossignol. I'm your host here every Saturday morning, better known as the Rock and Roll Realtor, and here's why. Because I play with the greatest classic rock band, Bluestone Ivory. You can go to bluestoneivory.com. I would suggest watch that website because we're going to have a major announcement coming up, hopefully within the next week. We are working on a New Year's Eve gala, which isn't 100% yet, but I do believe it's going to happen. So you folks are going to have a place to go New Year's Eve and have a fun time. All the details will be posted on our website as soon as it gets finalized. So I hope you're having as much fun as we are. The Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour is brought to you today by Area Wide Home Inspection, 513-802-3164. And I must apologize to Facebook. My direct feed audio is not happening this morning, so you're getting us ambient. If you're watching on Facebook, you missed the call and some of the music things which are coming over the air. I must have a bad cable or something. I don't know. But anyhow, Thanks, Mary, for calling and giving me that clue. Nothing I can do about it now. So, Adam, with a typical whole house inspection, what is included?
Well, basically, I go through all the systems of the home. I look at all the hard surfaces on the exterior, like concrete driveways, asphalt driveways, walkways, patios, decks, siding, window frames, door frames, trees. I look at trees, vegetation up on the house. I also look at the meters that I can, that are viewable. Like some, the older homes, some of the meters are in the basement.
Yeah.
But more modern homes, everything's on the exterior. So, I look at all that stuff. On the inside of the home, I'm looking at the floor structures of the homes. I'm also looking at the operation of all the doors and windows and switches and outlets, and make sure that everything tests by my plug tester to where it looks like it's grounded on the tester. I look at plumbing fixtures. I make sure toilets are tight at the floor. I make sure no drains leak, no faucets drip. I operate all the kitchen appliances. I operate the furnace, the air conditioner. Now, with the air conditioner coming into the colder season, I don't know, and nobody does this. Nobody operates air conditioners during the wintertime. Once it gets down to about 60 to 65 degrees, anything lower than that, it's not good for the air conditioner to be operated because, it can damage the compressor. But furnaces, water heaters, you just run hot water, make sure that you got hot water at all the sources throughout the house. And then I inspect those components as well. I look at the furnace. I try to age the equipment, and that would include furnace, water heater, and air conditioner. The kitchen appliances I don't age. I just make sure that they work. So basically those are the things that I'm looking for. Now, with the attic always tells me more about the roof than the roof.
Right.
If the attic health is good, 90% of the time the roof health is good, even if it shows wear. Because an older roof that has wear is still doing its job as long as the attic is dry. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that you need a new roof or you don't need a new roof. That's, you can't predict the future.
Right.
But, if an attic is in good shape, most of the time the roof is in good shape.
And that's where your drone comes in.
Yeah. Yeah.
You fly that drone overhead and take some really good close-up shots of the roof.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The camera on the drone that I use it's unbelievable. It shoots 8K video, and it also has the ability to take 48 megapixel stills.
Wow.
So I can zoom in. I can be 10 or 15 feet away from a plumbing stack on a roof and zoom right in like I was standing or squatting right beside it with my phone and taking a picture of it. Mm-hmm. So and the quality of the picture is phenomenal.
So yeah, without having to climb on the roof, you can tell everything about the roof that you need to know.
Yeah, because the old school thought is you got to get on a roof, you got to walk around it, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not discounting that at all, but that walking on the roof it opens up the liability to damage the roof. Even, if it's an older roof and the shingles are more brittle and you start walking around on it and you hear crack, crunch, crack, crack, that's the time that you want to have the ability to fly a drone. Mm-hmm. That way you can look for those things. Now, it's just, it reduces the liability of damage. It really does.
Plus your safety too.
Yeah. I don't want to fall.
Some of those roofs has steep pitches.
Yeah,
and it's almost impossible to walk up on.
Yeah, for sure. And not only that, the some roofs you just don't get on. Slate roofs, terracotta roofs. They have the old terracotta tiles. You don't get on that. And professional roofers, a lot of times they'll put up scaffolding for those types of roofs to do work. So nobody gets on those roofs. But, safety, damage, liability, all that. The drone is a very, very great tool.
As a home inspector, is there anything you cannot evaluate?
Most of the things that I would consider accessories to the home, like water softeners, the whole house humidifiers, filtration systems that are added after the fact, home theater, like low voltage stuff like that. not every home has them. They aren't components to the home for the functionality of the home for the people to live in it. You don't need a whole house humidifier to live in a house.
Of course, you can't see foundations when you have a finished basement,
Correct.
that type of thing.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And washers and dryers. I don't bring a load of clothes to throw in somebody's washer or dryer to operate it to see if it works. So I don't inspect those either. However, if I see defects with those things, I do put them in the report even though I don't inspect them.
Okay.
So.
Do homes pass or fail a home inspection?
No, there is no pass or fail. It's basically the health and the state of the home as I see it on the day of the inspection.
Gotcha. All right. So I do want to mention I'm with a group called CARE, Cincinnati Aging Resource Experts, and this Thursday we are having a Learn How to Use Zoom session. It'll be an hour-long session. It'll be on Zoom. It'll be presented by Marianne Bailey, who's the owner of OnlineTechLessons.com. So for some of our senior folks who are living at home or in a retirement facility and they have a computer and they miss seeing their grandkids and their kids and relatives because of the pandemic, you're limited to visitors and that what. We're going to walk you through. If you can just call Cheryl Jeffers this week at 513-701-3141. She will give you the information how to log on to Zoom, and then they will teach you how to use Zoom yourself so you can visit with your family and grandkids right there in the privacy of your home without them coming to see you.
That's great.
So this is going to be huge. It's Learn How to Use Zoom this Thursday. I believe it begins at 10 a.m. on Thursday. So there you go. Stay tuned. Don't touch that dial. Next, we're going to have a visit with Bill Kerrigan of the Dragonfly Foundation. You're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on 1480 AM, now FM 995 and 107.9.
Area-wide home inspection makes the home inspection process easy and educational for the client. Area-wide home inspection provides easy-to-understand reports that won't scare off buyers. Area-wide has delivered thousands of home inspections in greater Cincinnati. Licensed in Ohio and Kentucky, they provide a visual inspection including radon testing, air quality and mold, wood-destroying insects, and even drone services for thorough roof inspections. Your home inspection doesn't need to be a deal killer, just fair and honest. Call Adam Crock at Area-wide Home Inspection 513-802-3164 or visit AreaWideHomeInspection.com. That's AreaWideHomeInspection.com.
Hi, this is Jack Brennamore, the CEO with locally owned Junk King, and I just recently became a board member for the Dragonfly Foundation, which helps support families fighting a battle with pediatric cancer. With the majority of our fundraising events being canceled due to COVID-19, we need our community support financially more than ever. Please visit us online at dragonfly.org. Everything adds up. Even if it's $5 a month, it would be so helpful. Thank you for having a kind heart, and again, our website is dragonfly.org.
Your car or truck is a trusted and valued asset. You have a lot invested in its care and maintenance, which is why when you have mechanical problems, you want to take it to a place you can trust, a place that has been the symbol of quality and honesty. Hi, I'm Robert Nolan of John Nolan Auto Service. For over 60 years, the John Nolan family has been servicing our customers' vehicle repair needs right here in Greater Cincinnati. But now, John Nolan Auto Service has made a good deal even better by offering a nationwide 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on all our covered repairs. John Nolan Auto Service is conveniently located in the heart of Newport, Kentucky, right across from the Peace Bell. Call John Nolan Auto Service at 859-261-8833 for an appointment today. A 3-year, 36,000-mile nationwide warranty. What could be better?
A good deal better at John Nolan.
Jay Farner here, CEO of Rocket Mortgage. Making the right financial decisions has never been more important. When you turn to Rocket Mortgage, we can help guide you to those right decisions now, when they matter most. Mortgage rates are near historic lows, so now is a great time to call 8338-ROCKET. And if you need some extra money, a cash-out refinance could give you that financial boost you're looking for. Call today at 8338-ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com to learn more.
Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
Are you thinking about selling your home or in the market to downsize but don't know where to start? Hi, this is Gary Rossignol, host of the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on WDJO. If you've been asking these questions, call me today for a no-obligation consultation at 513-777-2402. Let me help you transition from where you are to where you want to be. I'm licensed in Ohio and Kentucky. That's 513-777-2402. And don't forget to catch me Saturday mornings from 9 to 10 right here on WDJO.
Get on. Let's rock the house.
Hey, thanks for listening. The Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour with yours truly, Gary Rossignol, the Rock and Roll Realtor with RE/MAX Preferred Group and your senior real estate specialist. The Dragonfly Foundation supports pediatric cancer families and patients by building a network that connects Dragonfly families to each other and the community, providing programs that enhance quality of life, enhancing programs in partner with Cincinnati's Children's Hospital. This gentleman is on the board of directors of the Dragonfly Foundation. He is their #1 cheerleader and their #1 fan for years. This is, ladies and gentlemen, my friend, Mr. Bill Kerrigan.
Hey, good morning, Gary.
Good morning, Bill. How are you?
What a gorgeous day, huh?
It's beautiful out. I'm going to leave here and head up north. I got to show a house at 11, so we got a busy day in store for us. But anyhow, I gave a little preamble of what the Dragonfly Foundation is. We've got some very important fundraisers coming up in the future. I think you wanted to mention those in a few minutes we have.
Yeah, absolutely. And that first one is for all your listeners to put March 6th on the calendar. We are going to try to pull off our gala, which is our top fundraising event of the year at Music Hall. And if you visit dragonfly.org/gala, you will be able to purchase tickets and also look at sponsorship opportunities. So we're really hoping that, number one, we get a vaccine, but number two, we're able to pull off that event because it is so important to the foundation. But for your listeners, Gary, with the holiday season upon us, I think the two easiest ways to help the Dragonfly Foundation are through Kroger Community Rewards and through Amazon Smile. Now, for your listeners that are not familiar with those, we all have a Kroger Plus rewards card. You can go right online. Just go ahead and Google Kroger Community Rewards instructions. Very simple to plug in your Kroger Plus number, link it to your alternate ID, which is typically your phone number, and designate the Dragonfly Foundation as your charity of choice. And then similarly, and this one is very few people know about it. Very few people take advantage of it. But Amazon Smile, did you realize, Gary, that Amazon is willing to donate back 0.5% of every purchase you make to a charity of your choice? Wow. All you need to do is go to Amazon Smile and plug in your normal Amazon credentials. And then when you click on your account, you can scroll down to account settings, and you will see select a charity. Just go ahead to the window and type in Dragonfly Foundation, and you can designate us there. And then every time you shop on Amazon or you shop at Kroger, you're making a real difference in what it is that we do for these families that are battling pediatric cancer, especially amid the COVID-19.
Wow, so 0.05%, that's like a nickel for every dollar.
You got it.
Wow. And everybody shops on Amazon, and people just go on to Amazon.com. They don't realize if they put in Amazon Smile, every time you log in after that, Amazon Smile is going to pop up, and it doesn't cost you another dime or penny. But Amazon, of the goodness of their heart, they do that. That's fantastic.
They have donated over $250 million to charity since that program's been in place.
Wow, that's a lot.
Wow. So
incredible.
You're going to go home and do that, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
All right, for sure. So anybody listening, if you're not doing Amazon Smile, do that today. The next time you order your vitamins or your alcohol wipes or or whatever you get on. I mean, I ordered some office supplies yesterday, and get all my vitamins, and so because people are just they're shying away from going to the stores, and you can order today and get it tomorrow.
Absolutely. It's the easiest way to shop.
Yeah. Also, if you're listening in, here's another way you can help us with the Dragonfly Foundation, and that is to text the word WINGS15, that's WINGS15, to 71777. A very secure website's going to open up and allow you to donate anywhere from $5, $50, $500, $5,000, whatever makes you feel good about what you're doing to help the Dragonfly Foundation. You also have something else coming up here. I don't quite understand. I don't remember this from in the past, but Pendleton Arts Center's Final Friday.
Yeah, this is a new event coming up, and you can go to dragonfly.org. And we are having our Dragonflies have created beautiful artwork, which is going to be on display at the Pendleton Arts Center. And you can go, and for $15, you can pick out your favorite Dragonfly artist piece of work. And for just $15, you can take it home, and it'd be a wonderful Christmas gift for somebody.
I'm going to look at that this afternoon. Very good. Thank you, Bill. We're just
Thanks, Gary. Thanks for having me on.
You bet. We're just about out of time. I'd like to thank all who tuned in and watched today, and Adam Crock of Area Wide Home Inspection for coming down and sponsoring the show today. If you missed any of the shows, you can listen to them on the podcast, both audio and all the Facebook videos. You'll find me at rockincincy.com or go to itunes.com, the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour. Please remember, I am a realtor and a senior residential specialist. That's important to know. I'm open for business. Just call me at 513-777-2402. Don't forget to hug your kids, call your parents, kiss your spouse every day, and wash your hands constantly. Practice social distancing and wear a mask in public. Next week, my guest will be Russell Kling with Premier Bank. That's going to be a really special show. Coming up next is Wesley Adams and the Car Tech Show. So stay with us through that show. We say buying and selling real estate is legalized gambling. So to close out the show in a rock and roll fashion, I'm going to indulge you with a snippet of Bluestone Ivory's live recorded version of Delbert McClinton's hit song, Roll the Dice. Ooh. Thanks for another great show, and if you have any real estate question, just call me at 513-777-2402 or go to rockandrollrealestateagent.com. Thanks to all my sponsors who make this show possible, as well as Chris and Myles Beersford, brokers of RE/MAX Preferred Group. A special thanks to WDJO station manager Gary Stevens and my producer Dan Gettelfinger. I would also like to shout out to all my clients, friends, family, fans of Bluestone Ivory, the Dragonfly Foundation, and especially my wife Mary Jo. Until next week, keep knocking on my rockin' houses. So long for now.